Creativity changes the everyday. Creativity is beautiful. Creativity is active. Creativity is freedom. Alpha NEX5 debut.
Sony.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Stephen Thompson. I'm the Executive General Manager of Global Sales for Qantas. And can I just thank you all for taking the time to join us this morning for a Qantas briefing. Clearly, from our perspective, the Qantas Group is a very strong portfolio of businesses, including our Qantas Domestic, Qantas Jetstar, in Australia and across Asia, of course our Qantas Frequent Flight program, and our freight business. Now, each of those business units are going exceptionally well. However, there is one part of our organisation that continues to struggle, and that's our Qantas International business, and we've clearly got some strategies in place to address that, and we're working through that. Clearly, the breadth of our portfolio means that we're well placed to withstand the various challenges, the economic cycles, the fuel price, which is still at record levels, and also the natural disasters that have occurred since we last met 12 months ago. And there is absolutely no doubt for aviation, and actually outside of aviation, it really is incredibly challenging times for not only tourism and aviation, but a lot of sectors worldwide. When you have a look at the natural disasters that have occurred around the world, we've also had compounded by internal issues with our damaging industrial campaign, and as I said, really the pressure on the aviation industry as a whole, and the continued financial crisis in Europe is once again causing us continued challenges as an airline, and putting more pressure on our international business. We identified in August last year, in 2011, that our international business was a single source of problems for us, and we set around identifying a 5-year strategy to try and turn that around. Clearly, it was around returning business profitability by 2014 and by retaining cost of capital by 2015. It was something that Alan was very, very clear on what we needed to do as a business, and we've been working very rapidly in trying to address those changes. I think when we announced the 5-year, no one would have foreseen the next stage of where we were going through, and that was announced a couple of weeks ago by establishing business units within the airline, the Qantas airline. And since then we've appointed 2 CEOs, Simon Hickey as the CEO of Qantas International, and Lars Granby as the CEO of Qantas Domestic. Both of these guys are very experienced operators. Simon has run the Frequent Flyer program and has been very, very successful. It's one of our major profit drivers within the group. And Lyle comes from a very strong aviation background, and has also been doing a great job on parts of our operation. So both of Simon and Lyle have been given these new responsibilities, and clearly the objective around this is purely to get the internal focus on the business, so that we can identify the challenges and have people dedicated to turning it around. And as said by Simon and Lyle, are well positioned to do that. They've recently appointed their own teams, and which has now been publicly released, and everyone is starting to get into position for when all of these changes take effect on the 1st of July. Clearly, for us, there's always speculation in the marketplace around what's happening, and there's been a lot of speculation around potential takeovers by private equity groups. But I just want to put it on record once again that we have received no approach from private equity groups or any other parties in relation to this. And the reality is that the Qantas group it remains a very strong financial position, and it's really important we put the current speculation into perspective. You know, Qantas domestically, we have got the leading domestic business in both in the corporate sector and leisure in Australia. And when we're at the domestic, Qantas Link and our regional operation will be generating in excess of $600 million in 2011 and 12. As I've said already, the highly successful frequent flyer brand, the Jetstar brand, which I'll touch on a little bit later, across Asia, which everyone recognises as one of the fastest growing markets in the world, and they're very well positioned to capture that part of the growth. And I guess one of the other things that's quite often lost is that, you know, we talk around the financial stability of the organisation. Qantas has over $3 billion in cash, and we're still only one of two airlines globally to hold an investment-grade credit rating from both Moody's and Standard & Poor's. So there is no plans to raise capital, sell core assets, or pursue any short-term measure that might compromise our long-term strategy for the airline. And we're not going to compromise on that. We're absolutely focused on making sure we have the right network, increasing efficiency, whilst continuing to explore exceptional customer service for our customers, both from an inbound perspective and an outbound perspective, and that is not going to change. When I mentioned before about the part of the 5-year plan, it's broken into various components, and one of those is very much around our alliance strategy, and that really was around our gateway, what we call the gateway, and it's around opening up for Australian customers and our partners. And from a Qantas perspective, we've got 800 destinations that we can take our customers through in a seamless manner. We work closely with GDS companies. We've got a great operation, and we do make it incredibly easy for our customers to touch, as I say, 800 points around the world. Clearly, one of the cornerstones of our partnerships is American Airlines, and in the last 12 months we've received antitrust immunity. We work closely with AA across the Pacific, and as part of that application, it was to announce we're commencing operations to Dallas, away from San Francisco, and that actually has opened up 60 gateways within the Americas where we can code and partner with American Airlines. And the great thing for Australian tourism is that we're getting new customers from new markets that we've never touched before, and at the same time opening up gateways for Australian customers that are going to America and beyond. So that is, you know, going exceptionally well for us. From the forward bookings on the Dallas, we know that we are doing exceptionally well, and it's ahead of the business plan where we were hoping to be on the Dallas service. And in fact, from the 1st of July, we will be commencing a daily service to Dallas. So we'll be adding more seats into the Americas via the daily service, and that's something that we're very excited about. So Dallas is going great guns. If we then have a look at South America, you'll recall that we were flying to Buenos Aires, and we made the decision to pull out of Buenos Aires to go into San Diego, and people say, well, why would you do that? It was quite simple, and that is that San Diego is the home of LAN, our One World partner, and LAN's internal network within South America is unparalleled. They're going through a merger with TAM, and coming with the name of the airline in a couple of weeks with TAM. And as a partner for Qantas, it's an exceptional relationship that we have, and we are certainly opening up South America for Australian visitors, and we're also opening up Australia for visitors from South America into Australia. And the other element around that is that for the huge market in South America that does business with North Asia, Australia for the first time can be used as a hub for customers travelling from South America up through into North Asia. That market has traditionally gone over the Americas, and for the first time we've got a situation where Australia, with our geographical location, is actually a hub network. So that's one we're very excited about and working with LAN in South America. Clearly, one of our cornerstone partners has been British Airways. We've had a joint relationship with BA on what we call the JSA for close on 16 years. That has been a relationship that has been fundamental for us. It's one that we continue to work hard at because, as I said previously, the economic environment that we have in Europe is very tough, and to have a partner like British Airways is certainly valuable for Qantas. And even though we've been in that partnership for many years, we're continuing to work at it hard. We recently announced and commenced a change to our European flying, and that resulted in us basically reducing two services but making sure our A380s were operating via Singapore through to London. But that strategy is working exceptionally well. We're seeing very strong words on our A380 services up to London, and we're connecting with British Airways over Hong Kong and in Bangkok. So we've been able to leverage our relationship to reduce some of the losses that we were incurring and start to see a turnaround on our Singapore services through to London. So these are the sorts of things that we will look at every opportunity as part of, and it'll be part of Simon's responsibility when he commences on the 1st of July, to just keep on driving the cost and the challenges and overcome that. And our relationships with our partner airlines and other airlines around the world is not going to change, it will only increase, and it's all around that seamless connectivity with our partner airlines. From a domestic